So we're back with a special edition of Charlotte on the Scene. We have a special guest today.
That's right.
Yvette Townsend-Ingram. She is actually running for Board of County Commission at large. How you doing today?
I am great. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks for
good.
coming.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So you're running for County Commission at large. What is that office entitled, and what does it do?
So the county commission is in charge of all of the services. We kind of say it's the soft services, right? City council is like the hard stuff, zoning and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. County commission is in charge of the services. So we fill in those gaps for families of services that we need, that we all need. So think about food, security, think about parks and recs, think about mental health, all of those things. So things like food stamps and Medicaid falls under the county's purview. So we are in charge of the services. But just because we're part of those services doesn't mean that we're not connected to the other issues as well.
Got you. Awesome. So, like a lot of people put a lot of weight and premise on the big elections, like running for president or Senate, or the House of Representatives or whatever. Can you explain to me the importance of local elections at a county level?
Absolutely. That's my favorite topic to talk about, and I liken it to how people say, well, what does that have to do with the price of eggs? Let me tell you what it has to do with the price of eggs.
Right.
Okay.
So the local elections down the ballot, and that means like your state offices, your governor, your North Carolina legislature, your House and state, your judges. Oh my God, the judges are so critically important.
Very important, yep.
Those are the people that make the decisions and the policies that most affect your daily life, the things that you do from day to day.
Okay.
Whether or not your child will learn something in school, whether or not your child will be able to say something or wear something in school, whether or not your child will get a healthy meal at least once a day at school, whether your child will be safe at school, whether or not your trash will be picked up in a timely manner and you will live in a safe environment. All of those things that affect your daily life. If you can think of something that you do driving on the roads, going to the grocery store, all of those things are connected to your local elected officials. And you have a voice. So you got to put those right people in place using your voice to vote.
Okay, well, I got something to say.
Okay.
And might be, I have a small trucking business,
Yes.
right? For small businesses, any programs, anything to help or any type of thing that can, just for people like me,
So what we have certifications for you to help your business. There's actually 3 different certifications that your small business can get. And as a minority, a black male, you fit into a certain category, and we want your business within the local government. So there's a city certification program for minority small businesses, there's a county, which is the newest, and then there's the state. And with that certification comes more opportunities for you to get more money and more income and to grow your business and to go to free, opportunities to scale your business and improve your business. And then you can learn about those laws and actually have a voice to say, well, you know what? We don't have a place to park. So we're going to need you to fix that.
Okay. Now, you know what? Sometimes when you talk to people in these positions, right? They'll talk a good game.
Yes.
But then when you go down to there and you start talking to the local officials and people in these high-ranking positions, you get nowhere. What would you bring? Will you bring these type of situations to the table to make sure that these local minorities can get some action going on?
Absolutely, and I'll tell you why, because I've been doing it for the last 25 years. So that's why I've decided to run. I want to go even further, deeper into help make the policy creation. So I'm not going to be one of those people that run for office and then you don't see me anymore until it's time to run again, or it's time to ask you for money, or it's time to do something else. What we need to do and we talk about accountability all the time. And what I always ask politicians when I was doing forums and things of that nature, how do you define accountability and transparency? And by the way they answer that, you get a lot of information about what type of official they're going to be. So accountability means you said this one thing, you didn't do it. You either got to tell me why you didn't do it, or you got to come correct and do it. So it's either or. It's So what I tell people all the time is, yes, it takes more than one person to do something. So I'm not going to sit here and promise you that when I get on the Board of County Commission that I'm going to fix this for you. Guess what? It takes. There's 9 people on the Board of County Commission. So you can't, anybody that says that they're going to fix something for you, I would question their agenda and their intent. But what I will promise you is that I will listen, that I will be accountable, that I will be transparent. If I can't do something, I will tell you why, the obstacles in the way that prevented me from doing it, and then I'll tell you the path that I'm going to take in order to fix it.
Okay. And one more question. I'm sorry. One more question, because this is kind of deep, right? I grew up in the 90s in hip hop and all that. We were guided a certain way. We really didn't do the political thing and this, that, and the third. For somebody like me that really doesn't play the political lane, what do you have to say to those people?
For me, this is not about politics. So politics is the process of getting elected to an office. This is life work for me. This is civic work. This is leadership, servant leadership. This is about making sure that if a family lives in Mecklenburg County, that they can actually live here safely, that they can have enough food on their table where they don't have to work 2 jobs to actually put food on their table, where they can go within at least a 5-mile radius and find good fresh foods and not live in a food desert, where they can actually be able to work one job so that they can come home and be with their children and teach their children. Because, we talk about the academic gaps and things of that nature and how parents need to be more involved. Well, that parent can't be more involved if that parent is working 2 to 3 jobs to keep a roof over their head barely, or if they are living in hotels month to month because there is no affordable housing in Charlotte, Mecklenburg. So all of these things are interrelated. They overlap.
Got it.
So those are the things that I want you guys to think about when you think about getting people elected. The services that you need, the policies that you need fixed. It's not about the, bickering back and forth. It's about creating policies and creating solutions that will help you to live a better life day to day.
Got it.
There are 2 things that reach out on your priority list that I'm really honed into. One is improving minority businesses for Black women. Can you speak upon that?
Sure. So I am an entrepreneur myself. I have a consulting business. I have all these years of experience in education, and I want to be able to utilize that information to make money for myself and to leave a legacy for my household and for my kids. But just like with a bunch of other services that the county has, I think that we have a problem with getting that information out to the community. Do you know that the county does have a minority small business program that you can apply for certification with? So I want to accelerate that, right? I want to find the ways to get the information out to people. I think that we can do a better job of connecting people with resources, because there are a lot of services within Mecklenburg County. A lot of them I didn't know about. So I'm sure that others don't know about it. I want small businesses to know that there are these resources that open doors once you get certified. There's state certification, there's City of Charlotte certification, and there's Mecklenburg County certification. You can be certified in all 3, and you can find these little avenues and doors that'll open for you because you're on this list of special individuals that get special opportunities for contracts and things of that nature once you get certified. So I want to get that information out there to the public.
One last thing that I wanted to ask, how would you improve your communication to county residents?
Ooh, that's a good one. So we've got, I've done some kind of impromptu polling of our community. So we understand that different segments and generations get their information differently. So, with our older residents, they may only want information in the mail, or with phone scams and things of that nature. I thought maybe calls, but you can't do robocalls. But some way that they're familiar with and they're comfortable with to get their information out. I would like, and matter of fact, I proposed several of these telecommunication opportunities through something called the Community Participatory Budget. I was the co-lead for that. And it gave regular citizens an opportunity. They gave us $1 million and said, propose some projects that you want to get done. And that was one of my top ones. I want to, let's have seniors sign up where they can opt in for phone calls once a month that tell them, where they can get food, Meals on Wheels, where they can get transportation services. Let's have it scrolling on the inside of buses and at the bus terminals and on the light rail. If young people, where do young people congregate? You need to go meet people where they are.
That means a lot, because I have my godmother is 94 years old. She's lives in Baltimore, but I was trying to get her to move out here, and they don't have that information. And so, it's different. Like, if you have somebody that's that's not like phone savvy, or doesn't have these type of communication devices, because they're from a different era, and to get that information out to them, let them know, okay, fine, you can go here, or you can catch this bus here, or this transit ride here, or you can go maneuver or whatever. So that's very important.
It is critically important. Understanding your constituency and being able to relate to them. So that's one of the things that sets me apart from my opponent, right? I have skin in the game. A lot of the things that the county does, a lot of the services, I have benefited from. I'm not ashamed to say that I've had to go to, with all of my degrees and all of my experience and all of my income being laid off, that I've been a mom on EBT, having an EBT on SNAP benefits, that I've had to go to crisis assistance ministry because that light bill was just too much. And so these challenges that I've overcome, I understand the urgency of the day-to-day, and I can listen, relate, and compel the others within those spaces that can do something about those policies. No, this is an issue that we need to address, because I have people that I know, and I've been through it myself, so I understand that urgency. So understanding the group, that older people, my mom was the same way that you're just describing. So making sure that she and my aunt had transportation or information about, they owned their home. So having them knowing about the homestead tax, where older people can get a small discount on paying their taxes. That's important to me. So getting that information out to the churches where, a lot of elderly people congregate, meeting people where they are and getting that information out to them. That's critically important to me.
I agree.
Definitely. Where can people register to vote?
I'm so glad you asked that.
That's the most important question.
That is the most important question. It is critically important. There were so many people that died for you to be able to have this right to vote. And most people nowadays kind of take that for granted. It's like once you get a right, if you don't exercise that right, it can be taken away.
Yes.
So you can go to, there are several different places you can go to register to vote. You can go to youcanvote.org. That's really simple. You can remember that, youcanvote.org. You can go to the North Carolina DMV to register to vote, ncdot.gov. You can go to vote.gov. And you can go to my website. The first thing that is on my website, running for County Commission, Board of County Commission at large, is a pop-up that says, are you registered to vote? And it will take you to a link.
there's ways, if you don't have your ID, there's ways to find out how to vote.
There are.
Do not be turned away. Do not take no for an answer. That's your right.
And there are wonderful people that volunteer to make sure, they're poll watchers to make sure that your rights aren't being violated, because those folks can be intimidating. Remember, they're trying their best to suppress your vote, but you can do something called a provisional vote, a provisional ballot. If for some reason somebody is turning you away, you ask for a provisional ballot. You do need an ID to vote, but there are several organizations that are making it as easy as possible for you to get a voter ID. You can go to the Board of Elections and get an ID. Matter of fact, we're having a meeting tomorrow that is going to be at Weeping Willow. Then we will have individuals there from the Board of Election, and they will make you an ID there. Early voting starts February 15th.
Okay.
Will run through March 2nd.
Okay.
And the primary is on March 5th. And take advantage of the early voting. Like early voting, you can literally register to vote and vote at the same time. All you need is your ID. So and if we don't utilize that, if we don't get out and do that, they've already shortened the number of days. They took away Sunday, which was sold to the polls. At your churches, you get a big bus of churches together and you go to the polls together. And we have to get back to that. We have to get back to that tribal, ancestral, I'm taking care of you. Ma, what do you need? Did you get out to vote? Do you need a ride to the polls? There are services out there that will cover everything you need. We just need to reach out to people and let them know about them.
So what can we do to support you?
You can support me by volunteering. That is the most, and it's fun. I started this out, a gentleman that's on the county commission now, but he was managing campaigns, and he was managing a campaign for a city councilman in District 2. I'll give you a shout out, Justin Harlow.
Shout out, Justin.
Justin Harlow, he's a dentist in the area. He's no longer on city council. But that team was amazing, and I learned so much, and it was so much fun. And I want our young people to know that. So volunteering, knocking doors, if that's not your thing, walking and canvassing and knocking doors, volunteer to make phone calls. You can call people, tell them about the election, tell them about me and the priorities that I want to get done. I have 4 priorities. I want to improve communication of county services to residents. I want to improve wraparound services. Wraparound services is like whatever the family needs. Okay. Family needs, SNAP benefits, then we get the family SNAP. Family needs Medicaid, then we get the family Medicaid. So improve wraparound services, accelerate the minority women small business enterprise program, and partner, this is critically important to me, partner to diminish food insecurity. Food insecurity, you do not have a full-service grocery store within at least a 2.5-mile radius of where you live. We have 6 zip codes where people are affected by food
rural
deserts.
areas. Yeah, that's real.
No, it's not even just rural. I mean, I live in a food desert.
Okay.
And I don't even, it's not even rural where I live. I mean, literally, it's a food desert. So, and they're, really popular zip codes within Charlotte-Mecklenburg.
Wow.
So you can help by volunteering. Go to my website. I'm really accessible. My phone number is actually on my website. So if there's something that you need, if I don't know the answer to a question, I will find it for you. I don't profess to know everything, but I will reach until I find the answer.
Well, Miss Yvette, is there any final words you want to tell the constituents, that you have, like what you're,
I want to tell you, though, we say this every year, that this election year is critically important. Last year was really, really bad with voter turnout. And you don't understand what you're giving up when you don't come out to vote. I hear a lot of people say, even in my family, well, my vote doesn't count. It does count. If it did not count, they would not try so hard to suppress it.
Yes,
your vote counts. It matters. It's needed. Your kids need you to vote. Your kids need to see you voting. Take your kids with you to the polls. By all means necessary, get there to vote. I want to be on the Board of County Commission. I've been working in this community for 25 years. I'm currently a precinct chair. I'm on the North Carolina State Executive Committee, all of these, technical things, because I like doing the work. I just do. I want to be on the Board of County Commission, but you can rest assured that if by chance, some small chance that I do not get elected, I'll still be here.
There we go.
I'm not going anywhere. So I want you to know I will be here. I will work hard for you. So please come out, support me, and vote, most of all. Oh, also donate. Forgot the most important thing. You can donate. You go to my website again, www.voteyvetteformec.com. Click the donate button. It's secure. It's not a tax write-off. Most people think that it's not a tax write-off. Right. But you're not really giving me money. You're giving yourselves money because I'm going to work for you. So you're helping me to get the job so that I can work for you. And I will work for you.
That's awesome. One thing I learned, even just talking to you now, like when we do these podcast stuff, you learn about different things or whatever. And, a lot of people don't understand like what happens at the presidential level, at the House level, is a thing that's called down ballot, and it runs down ballot.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't understand that phrase. And I will say, on behalf of Charlotte on the scene, voting at the state level and the county level is a lot more important because it affects you,
your day to day
in the long run. And it controls what your kids learn. It can control everything to when you get your garbage picked up.
When you get your garbage picked up, how much you pay in taxes.
Yep, to everything.
That's right.
Even the small things that I was like, man, even me, every day, I'm like, I got control of that. I need to call. I need to go down. I need to go to this open session, to this meeting. But if you don't have time to do those things, we got working parents. What you can do is vote. You can vote for, oh my God, the judges are so critically important. But down ballot, that's very important. I thank you for bringing that up.
No problem. No. We're happy. We're happy for
very happy to have you.
We're happy for having you here.
Absolutely.
And we thank you for
absolutely.
Thank you for educating me too as well. Thank you so much.
I'm an educator.
Very honored. Very honored.
And this was fun, and I appreciate it very
No
much.
problem. No problem. It's an honor.
Charlotte, scene, you guys know what to do.
Bye.
Bye.
That was awesome.